Starting off with a big one. Tales of Suspense, issue number 39, specifically a CGC 9.8 that sold this week during the Heritage auction. We have some big books we're going to talk about from the Heritage auction tonight, of course, and this is one of them. Big record-breaking sale.
Is this the only 9.8?
Yes, I believe so. I know there's some 9.6s, but chat, let us know if this is, yeah.
I have no idea how you get a 9.8 in this.
Time traveling.
Yeah,
it's the only explanation, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it sold, that 9.8 sold for $840,000, which is the highest this book ever sold in any grade was like $250,000.
Wow.
And this sold for $840,000.
Wow. Yeah. Money. What do they call that? Fraud. What do they call that? When you laundering. Yeah, money laundering. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I don't know if this is it, but man, spend almost $1 million, $750,000 on this book.
I mean, so think of it, but think of it this way: if you were somebody like, I don't know, that was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and this is the only 9.8 of this.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you spend $1 million on it?
Yeah,
just
bro.
like Stein shirt. This is a 1-of-1 and a 9.8.
Look at that.
I mean, I think I would.
Thorough said Mr. Pink won that at auction, and when I have a little thing that if I click one of the comments, it'll come up and it'll choose a random color and start cycling through it. And as soon as I pulled that up, he said the comment says Mr. Pink won that auction. As soon as I pulled it up, it was the pink color. I was like, again, synchronicity, man, synchronicity.
Oh, guess how many 9.6s?
20.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Wow.
CPR one of those. I mean, you also have 21 9.4s. So
I'll do it for $20. Okay.
And we never saw Red Hood again.
Yeah.
I mean, if you did own this, though, what would you do with it? I mean, would you display it? Or would you...
I would touch myself every time I pass by it. Like, oh.
Nicholas
Like,
Cage have this one.
Hey, I'd be FaceTiming everybody. Hey, have you seen my Iron Man? Yes, Joe. Well, let me show you this angle.
That's funny. Well, there's some other crazy books that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. But
And I'd pray if I had this book, I would be more of an asshole than I'm already am. It's like, hey, look at the book I got. You see my Iron Man, bro?
That's a nice looking facsimile.
yeah. All right, moving on. Next, a book that we've talked quite a bit about on this channel. Harley Quinn number 37, the Fui Mara 1 in 50. Graded copies are starting to show up on the bay, and this is a rare one that a lot of people want right now.
Yeah. So again, there's very few of these available for sale. But a 9.8 did sell this week for $600.
What?
600. Which, well, if you really think about it, so if like raws are like 300 to 400, 600 is probably not that bad of a price because it's usually like 2.5x for moderns. Between a raw and a CG and a graded 9.8. So 600 might not be terrible, but that's a pricey for a book that literally just came out just barely over a month ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a month ago, right?
That's
Wait,
some bullshit, man.
Because usually when the graded ones come back, that's when the book kind of dies down, right? And then whatever the raw prices were, 9.8s usually sell around that price for modern,
Right?
For new releases, right? So, I mean, those books that kind of flew under the radar,
It's weird, and banger books are going down, and then like this book sells for $600.
I don't like Igor's giving me shit. He's like, I told you, Brian, this cover is sick, and you said the 1 in 25 is the better cover. I think the 1 in 25 is the better looking cover, but obviously it's not the better spec cover, man. That's for sure. Jesus.
This one, I really like this cover. It's so creepy that I like it.
Yeah. Well,
It's such a different, like, you think of like here recently, like all the Harley covers are all these fluffy, trying to make her look a certain way, all these Will Jack and all those type of, covers and stuff like that. And this is not that.
Yeah. Deep down, she's a crack whore. Deep down. Right? I mean, like the Harley, they're trying to like let us know that she really is a chick that hasn't taken a bath since she was at a doctor at Arkham, right? So
because she's for the streets.
Yeah, she's from the streets.
Zodiac says ex.
Joker, we don't need soap.
All right, moving on. A really good Cage cover. This is Cage issue number 2, the Bruce Timm 1 in 25.
That's badass.
Yeah.
It is. All-time high before this week was a CGC 9.8 sold for like 400. This week, a CGC 9.8 sold for 750.
Yeah, that book ain't never coming down, dude. Like I've tried to make a deal with a couple of people for that book, and they won't budge. Like that's going to be a tough book to get, man.
Did Mel sell that book?
Yes.
I know he had one for a while.
I tried to get it from Mel.
That's a good book.
JC said the Mexican version is better. What
It's
is the
foil.
Mexican version?
Hey,
Is
bro.
it foil? The Mexican version is foil, right?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't remember.
Mexicans are foily, vato.
That'd be interesting though. A foil with a white background. Would it look gray or would it be white?
Hopefully, dude, this cover would look great as another spot foil cover. The white background be matte and everything else be foil.
Isn't white foil just silver?
Oh, I just said now the words are just in Spanish.
Oh.
Hey,
It's a Bruce. Funhouse is a Bruce Timm cover.
That the Mexican reprint. It's not that modern, right? It's the older one, so we can't automatically assume it's just foil. Just saying, right?
Yeah.
True.
Moving on. Oh. Grim Fairy Tales number 67, the Chatzudis Sella Ski Girl, limited to 75. Holy cow.
Elias Chatzudis, man. I thought he was going to blow up back in 2013, 2014. I had a couple of covers of him, and I remember talking to Trey K about it and stuff, but like he's just never very talented, but he has these one-offs of great covers, but nothing really consistent, dude. He has these great con covers, but like you would have thought, as talented as this guy, that he'd be pumping out like great Marvel variants or DC variants or Image variants, but nothing really consistent on this guy, man.
I have never heard of this book ever. Have you guys ever heard of this book?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I haven't.
Of course, Joe. Mm-hmm. Joe has. A CGC 9.8 of this sold this week for $900.
Wow.
And that's because he's got a better one. He's got one from a 2014 Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con. And
there was one for that he had for this. That's a different one too. He had two for this, two ski girls.
He did.
Yeah.
But would you pay almost $1,000 for this?
No.
Oh,
Nope.
Yeah.
Hell no, that shit better be autographed like 5 or 6 times in the book and shit, dude.
I would sell it for $1,000 if I had it.
Right.
I'm not the biggest fan of you know, the nudie covers, but this is a really fucking good cover, man. Like
That Chicky homage better come with the book.
I mean, that ski suit is not gonna help with the cold. That's for sure.
Yeah, she's underdressed for sure.
Yeah. Hey, why's my ass cold? I don't know.
Moving on. Oh, I love this book, man. Wolverine Origins number 28, the second print with the Diodato interior art as the cover. A great splash page right here.
Okay, so you guys know that I've found a ton of books over the years, and I have never ever found this book.
I've never seen
Ever. I've never held this book.
Not in hand, no.
Oh, yeah.
And I look for it every time.
I was gonna say, Joe, we talked about this on Long Story Short not too long ago, like maybe a month ago.
I sold this and whatnot a couple times.
Get out of here, really?
Oh yeah, man. I do these second prints. As soon as I started seeing the second print of Anti-Venom start hitting, I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go get as many of those second prints.
My random second prints as I can.
When they started doing the second print covers, which were the interior splash pages or, you know, interior art, I was like, all right, I'm just going to buy them all. And Wolverine Origins had a couple of them. The X-Men books had a couple of them. There were some really good, and that was when X-Men during the Hope run, which was one of my favorite all-time, you know, times during X-Men books. It was Hope and Cable. You had the Uncanny XForce stuff. You had the Psylocke and Archangel and you know, Deadpool and that Wolverine team. Like that was great time for Marvel Comics. Holy shit. It was a great time for comics, period.
Yeah.
Good shit.
This one for a long time was basically kind of like a $30 to $40 book, which is pretty good. I mean, considering there's really nothing else going on other than just, you know, the cool cover. The last, like maybe a month ago, they were selling like 50 to 70, and now this is $100. This sold for over 100 raw this week.
Wow.
So it's been going up, and I think $100 raw may be the highest it's been in a decade. So
Tough book. Moving on, next we have another tough book. A book that we're going to tell Matt to update cover price because I don't even think he has this on there. And there's an even tougher book that's a variant for this issue also. This is Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty #1, the CGI variant.
Yeah, this is ugly, right?
Yeah.
This is like CGI when it was still like in like MySpace time frame, right?
Yeah.
Microsoft Paint. Upgrade.
Yeah. This is really bad.
Yeah, it's not
this
good.
does not look like the CGI that we see now.
It's foil though too.
Is it foil?
It's like puffy foil.
Puffy foil?
Yeah,
Snake.
Yeah.
Puffy, like P. Diddy, Puffy.
We are not going down that road tonight.
Ow! Ow!
This one sold for $350.
Yeah, this is a tough to find book.
It was like a year ago. This sold for like $25. So, somebody is way ahead of the game on this.
Check this one out. So this is a rare, but there's an even more rare one by Ashley Wood. Shout out to Recalled Comics. Metal Gear Solid Sons of Liberty, Ashley Wood sketch variant.
It's a ghost.
Yeah. That's super rare. It's an incentive. So be on the lookout for that one too. All right. Next. One of my all-time faves. Johnny the Homicidal Maniac. This is issue #1. 20 printings of this book.
Yep.
20 printings.
And you can't tell it all unless you open the front cover.
Yep. Yeah. And there's also a special one that they did that's signed, and they only did like 800 of them, and I think it might have like a thicker cover, thicker cardstock cover or something that they did at the time of the original issue, I think. But they're all signed on the inside cover too. This is such a great book. Old school slave labor graphics. I love just like the old school IDW logo you saw on that Metal Gear Solid. This SLG logo is a great logo to see in back issue bins. So
This
Johann
this was
Vasquez.
a game changer, man. When this book came out, dude, like Johann Vasquez is like he did that Cartoon Network
Invader Zim.
Yeah, Invader Zim.
Squee.
Like Squee.
Goth Girl, or what was that little Goth Girl? Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Feel
still
Sick.
like some hidden gems out there from slave labor comic, low print run, great artwork.
Yep.
I mean,
No, man. Now I have to go collect 20 printings of a book that I've never heard of. Damn it.
dude, I've got the first print. I've got like 5th, 6th, and then it goes all the way to like the 14, 15, 16,
20 printings.
17. I don't
Literally
have
20, yeah.
20th. I don't have the 20th printing.
Yeah, even the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th prints get some decent money.
Oh yeah.
Because they're usually just trashed. So if you get any of these in high grade, I don't think that there was a book that I ever remember seeing that you knew it was an independent book, but you saw it everywhere. Record stores, bookstores, like this book was everywhere in the Phoenix area during this time. It was crazy.
It was so different, and just the title alone just kind of like, just creep people out, man, and just the big bug eyes like Tim Burton style,
Yeah.
Yeah, so this doesn't come up often in high grade. The last CGC 9.8 sold last September for $560, but then it sold this week for $750. So it's up $200 from September.
Yeah, this was
Emos loved it.
yeah, emos loved it. Hell yeah, man. Goth kids love that shit.
Does anybody is anybody have all printings of this?
No.
I would love to see that.
That'd be hard to do.
I mean, I did the Killing Joke, which was 14 prints, so it's 6 more. Let's go.
Except for that's a common book. This one is not.
Yeah, let's go still.
Bring it.
So here we go. Moving on, next we have a weird one. I love this. This is why I love Stein. This is New Wavy Gravy, an old school obscure punk fanzine. And this one's special because it's got a story written by Henry Rollins about groupies, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, it's an actual SST publishing too, huh?
Yeah.
Which is, so if you don't know, that's the record label for Black Flag, which Henry Rollins was singer for.
Black Flag?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I kept seeing stuff about Black Flag, but I initially thought it was like the Black Flag Comics thing that was like
No.
And I was like, hold on, that can't be. This is 85.
No, yeah, that's the band that rose above that. Haha.
Yeah, I don't know what this actually is. It says it's a limited, from what I could find, is limited to 500 copies. But this is sold a few times, and it's been pretty expensive. Like the last sale was $225. It sold this week for $300. So I guess some people out there know that this is, I guess, sought after.
Oh, yeah, dude. Big time.
It's a punk collectible. Yeah, like
they also did other versions or other issues of this. There's like a new Wavy Gravy 2 and a couple other ones.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a DIY magazine, right? So like, people that are into, creating their own magazines, that's what they do, and they, they'll. I've seen it before. I've had friends that create their own zines where they spend all night, like, doing all the layouts and then going to Kinko's or whatever, and then printing out and then stapling all their books together.
Now they're just
for,
comics creators that do it. No more punk
Yeah.
scenes, just Kinko's Comics.
Yeah. I mean, like, I was on a zine fest in Houston's email list. Like, I have a pile of zines that like my friends made over the years.
I always show them on whenever I do the market report. It's I'm always talking about these punk scenes. They sell for a grip. So
Yeah.
but this one's special, right? This one's got that special story.
With
Henry Rollins like hated his fans. Henry Rollins a character, man. He's a weird dude, and he even admits it.
Yeah, because he was a fan of the band.
Uh-huh.
Like, he was going to all the shows, and then they cycled through so many band members.
Singers, yeah.
Like, my favorite's the original lineup of Black Flag, which was basically what became Circle Jerks.
Let's see here. All right, good shit, man. Fucking A. All right, here we go. Next. We've talked about these before a lot. Todd McFarlane's Spawn hardcover volumes that were released to family and friends only. Family and employees only. Back in the day, they did quite a few volumes of this. As a matter of fact, shout out to Spawn World, where you can see they did like 8 volumes, and then they did all of the Curse, and then all the mini series, and each volume has 12 issues. So, and they're like leather bound, you know. They're really, really fucking nice. So, very, very cool book to have. And this is 4 volumes that sold.
Yeah, are they this nice? Yeah, volumes 1, 2, 3, 4 sold for $7,500.
Wow.
I don't know if they're that nice.
I wonder how many there are. I mean, they're super rare. They're only.
I wonder if there's any signed just T McFarlane.
They're all signed on the inside too. Like,
No, I was just making a joke. Instead of saying,
let's see here.
having Todd spells out fully. Yeah.
See, let's see here. It says, this is an extremely rare hardbound collection that was never offered for sale. It was produced within McFarlane's company solely to give out to family and employees. So,
One has a smudged Spawn icon on page 2.
yeah, the same thing, isn't it? Right? That they all have, or is that
from issue 1?
yeah? The
Like
same
a-
variations that appear in the standard issues of Spawn 1. So he must have used all the smudged versions in these instead of putting them in comics, because you know. So that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. It's interesting. But that's a lot of money, and McFarlane fans are crazy. They are. They'll spend money on shit like this. So.
Doc Joe, did you buy it?
Next, a really cool Uncanny X-Force variant by the great Stephen Platt. This is a 1 in 50 of issue number 25, the time period I was just talking about. Great stories in these Uncanny X-Force teams. Good shit.
Yeah, this had been about an $80 to $100 book, which is, I mean, considering it's 12 years old and, you know, is probably kind of low because it's probably not something that comes up often. But when it did come up, it was about 80 to 100. This week it sold for 140, so it's much higher now than it was.
Wow. It's a cool book.
Isn't Platt doing a lot of cons now?
Yeah, he's doing amazing sketches. Like, just next level shit.
How many? What I mean, like when he was off, like was he like literally just doing nothing, or was he doing like video game art or something like that?
No, he was in the
advertising
movie
art.
I thought he was in the movie industry.
Oh, movie industry? Okay. I'm thinking of Joe Madureira. because they both took breaks. Maduera went to the video game industry, and Platt went to the movie industry.
Okay.
They went to real jobs that paid the bills.
Yeah. Yep. That's for sure. So, cool book. All right, next. How much did this sell for one more time?
140.
140. All right, moving on. This is a sick book right here. I never seen this book. If I have, I don't remember it. This is from 2015, The Punisher issue 14, the special ESPN in National Championship variant.
Yeah, so I mean, if you kind of remember back, they did these with a bunch of books. Like there are all these silhouettes of, I think there was an Ant-Man, and I mean there was a whole bunch of them. And I think most of them sell for like $2. I mean, like nobody even like literally cares about them at all. It's a 1 in 10. This sold for $160 raw this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I've probably passed this one over because all these, none of them sell for anything.
I've never seen this, dude.
So what's happening with the Punisher symbol nowadays? I'm just joking.
I don't know. And the fact that ESPN put their name on this one,
Yeah.
it's probably a big deal. Like they wouldn't probably do that now.
Yeah.
Well, because they're Disney owned, right? Or partial owned.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. And then Gwenpool Strikes Back issue number 1, the Amanda Connor 1 in 50 had a great sale this week. I did see this. The Gwenpool books, especially the issue 1s for all the Gwenpool books, have so many great covers. All the covers are great for almost every Gwenpool book, I feel like.
No. I don't disagree with that statement.
Yeah, and I don't like Amanda Connor stuff. Like most of the time, looks good, but it's always there's something strange about it. Like, does that make sense? Like, I think she does a really good job, but it's like there's something. I don't mind cartoonish character drawings. I mean, because obviously I like Bruce Timm and Darwin Cook and stuff like that. But hers just has a different look sometimes that is like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying. Yeah.
It's really hard to explain, but
Well,
this one doesn't look like that.
I think
But
we're so used to seeing Amanda Connor stuff on Harley and Power Girl, now. And the Pro, I guess. So maybe that she's doing a Marvel book. It's kind of weird to us.
Well, is it when she's working with what's his name? Jimmy
Palmiotti.
Her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it be that situation when they're
An
working
inker.
together?
Yeah, an inker
that they're-
artist type thing.
For Amanda Connor, that the Gwenpool cover is kind of like just you know what I mean? Like these artists, like they think their name alone should just be enough. Like
I don't know
to
about
me
it if Amanda Connor feels that way. I think Amanda Connor's super cool.
I think she could have done a better cover.
You don't like this?
It's okay. I mean, it's just okay. For
I
1 in
like it.
50, dude. Like,
Bro, the covers on these runs
I don't want
are
to
so
make you
good.
mad, dude. This ain't Mark Brooks, bro. No, I'm just kidding. I just it's Amanda related to John Connor. I'll be back, Bennett.
She's the grandmother.
How much did this sell for?
This one sold for $160.
Wow.
Hell nah. Uh-uh.
Wow.
Get your money back, dude. Get your money back.
I mean, Long Short may be the one to buy it. I don't know. You see,
Oh, you
he
know what?
says-
If you bought it,
he
I'm sorry.
agrees.
I was
Or
just playing.
Doc Joe agrees.
I don't know. You would think a 1 in 50 would just.
When
I mean,
Long
it's
Short
just-
when Long Short catches us on the rewind, if he's not watching live right now, He'll let us know in the Instagram post what he thinks.
I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, like, this could be one of those books in like 5 years. Yeah, it is great. You know what I mean? Like, that's just my opinion right now. I'm allowed to change it.
I mean, I think, and again, it goes kind of like with what I'm saying about Amanda Conner in general. Like some of her Harley covers and stuff, I'm like, that just looks weird. This one doesn't look weird. I think this is one of her better covers. I kind of
agree.
like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For her, for Amanda Conner, I don't, like I said, I don't think she's bad. I just think that they just have a weird look to them for some reason, and
Their eyes, is it their eyes? Is it how she
Something.
draws eyes? Yeah. Very cartoony.
That'd be funny if Brian had her on the show. What's wrong, Amanda?
She's coming on right now, bro.
Are you okay?
She's in the
Are you okay?
backstage. Yeah, we're gonna bring her up.
Just seems a little. You just seem a little off.
Yeah,
Man,
surprise.
these people, these artists would crucify me if they ever were on the same show. They'd be like, "Man,
I got
shut
Ben.
up,
He wants to
you
ask you some questions.
idiot."
This is why you don't go to comic conventions. I get it now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't
would
want to
avoid
talk to
the-
that guy.
I would avoid the artist alley for sure.
He hates
Oh,
Kirby.
you're on that show, aren't you?
You're on that show. Nothing's wrong with me, Ben. Okay? God damn it.
Stein's gonna
Fine.
start getting banned from cons now.